Hello, fellow music lovers. Welcome to my channel. My name is Caesar Pink.
Let your mama down. Let your mama down. Let your mama down. Baby, please.
Today we're going to be looking at a video by the artist Sabrina Carpenter. But before we do that, please like and subscribe. All the proceeds from this channel are donated to the Arete Living Arts Foundation. At Arete, we believe all art is educational and art can be activism. Almost all of the art we see on a daily basis is brought to you by a corporation. And it brings you a message that the corporations approve of. We believe artists, independent artists, should be supported so that they can bring a message that speaks to the concerns of the common man and woman. So if you would like to support us, and please do if you can join our Patreon page, or you can make a one-time donation via PayPal. Okay, let's begin here. A little bit about Sabrina Carpenter. She was born May 11th in 1999. She's an American singer, songwriter, and actress. She was born in Quakertown, Pennsylvania. That's not too far from where I am right now in the Pocono Mountains. She first gained prominence starring in the Disney Channel series Girl Meets World.
Graduation and awards night is coming up. I am very proud of this class. Several of you will be recognized for your achievements throughout the year.
Awards are a scam. A girl like me never had a chance. Matthew's never had a chance.
All right, I'll do it, but it's ridiculous. It's a scam, Matthew. She never had a chance.
Maya will be receiving the Griff Hawkins Totally Cool Award.
Maya, you just found out you won the Totally Cool Award, yet you just sit there? Oh, you're being cool. Why won't you rub off on me?
She signed with Disney-owned Hollywood Records and released her debut single, Can't Blame a Girl for Trying, in 2014. She also appeared on the next Miley Cyrus project, run by Miley Cyrus.
Hi, my name is Sabrina. I'm 10 years old, and I'm going to be singing the Hold On Throwdown by Miley Cyrus. I just want to thank everybody for getting me into the top 10, and we had a lot of fun with this video, so I hope you enjoy. I just learned this new dance, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you teach us it?
Yeah, it's the Hold On Throwdown.
Okay.
Okay. That sounds confusing. Crunch it back, then hip hop it. Put your heart in the sky. That's my favorite part.
You kick up your leg, right?
I think so, yeah.
She has also appeared and starred in various movies, including Tall Girl 2, Work It, Emergency, Clouds, The Short History of the Long Road, and Adventures in Babysitting.
Y'all know how we do. It's double true.
What?
Because if it's your first time,
Rhyme? Rap, Jenny. They want you to rap. See, but I can't rap. I'm a babysitter.
Just say something. Anything.
Just go. Be creative. Huh. Hello. My name is Jenny Parker. And these kids are my crew. We're in a lot of trouble, and I'm not sure what to do.
See, it all started when our phones made a switch. Lola lied to the parents. She's been a real witch. Kids snuck out, the kitchen caught fire, the car got towed, all because she's a liar.
Now it's interesting to me that she came up through the Disney network. Over the last 20 years, a lot of pop stars have done that. In fact, I wrote a song about the impact that the Disney Corporation has and the control they have over modern entertainment.
Shallow people sure have it nice. So many movies and TV shows. Shallow people sure are lucky. All this music made just for them. Someone's sick to taking yet I feel kinda bored. Someone's too late yet I feel so ignored. I know it's supposed to suit me, but sometimes I feel like I just wanna scream. Oh, 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 oh. I'm living in a Mickey Mouse world. Caramel covered, margarine coated, sugar and spice. Everything's so nice. Lots of pretty boys and girls to feast. Yeah, I'm living in a Mickey Mouse world.
By the way, I'm drinking out of one of my favorite mugs. It was designed by artist Leanne Verbeck. She makes beautiful work. You could check out her website at... Now, Leanne and I also go way back. She was a long time and one of the original singers and dancers in my group, Caesar Pink and the Imperial Orgy. Carpenter has co-written most of her songs, with sole lyric credits for 2 tracks on Emails I Can't Send. She has stated in interviews that she is the main songwriter on her songs. And now it's interesting, I just watched a video about that and about how the pop music business works, and it did talk specifically about this song. It's very interesting. Let's watch a minute of that.
People are discussing the lyrics, and they are talking about them as if Sabrina Carpenter wrote these lyrics herself. Now, maybe Sabrina Carpenter wrote one line or changed a couple words or something. If you look at the songwriters on this, the songwriters are Amy Allen and Jack Antonoff. If you don't know those names, because many of you may not know those names, let's take a look at some of the other songs they've written. Let's begin with Amy Allen. As you can see here, the top song is the song Espresso. That was a massive hit. It's got 2.3 billion plays. Here's some other songs that Amy Allen was a writer or co-writer of: Without Me, Halsey, Adore You, Harry Styles, Greedy, Tate McRae, and so on and so forth. As I go down the list, you will recognize a lot of these songs if you know anything about pop songs. Just look at how many songs have a billion plays on here. Now next, let's look at Jack Antonoff, the other writer. Top song, Cruel Summer, Taylor Swift, 2.9 billion. And then there's another Taylor Swift, another Taylor Swift, another Taylor Swift. Then there's Please, 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 Sabrina Carpenter from the last record. Kendrick Lamar, Taylor Swift and Post Malone, Taylor Swift, Lana Del Rey, and it just goes on and on and on. These are professional songwriters. When an artist like Sabrina Carpenter is doing a new record, after having a massive record that she did whenever it was last year, she's presented hundreds of songs to choose from. Or when an artist like Sabrina Carpenter is doing a new record, they have their pick of the top songs from the biggest songwriters out there. They find all the songs, what are going to be the singles, they go in and record them, and they produce them. She's not playing anything on these records. These things are created by the producers. And then they figure out what the image is going to be for the video, for the record. And this stuff is all put together. And when I see people make videos on YouTube where they're talking about her lyrics, what this man-child thing means, it's like, it doesn't mean anything. Every bit of this video has been meticulously crafted. They do storyboards, they do all this kind of stuff. They figure out what kind of outfits, what the vibe's going to be. The same thing with the album cover art. All of it is a completely calculated thing.
Now, she is also an ambassador for the Ryan Seacrest Foundation and visited various children's hospitals on his behalf. With her single Smoke and Fire, Carpenter released merchandise with proceeds going to fire safety. A little bit about the song Manchild. Manchild has charted at #1 in Ireland, Israel, the United Kingdom, and the United States. United States and reached the top 10 in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the Philippines, Portugal, and Singapore. It says the song is a playful yet pointed commentary on immature behavior in relationships, particularly in the context of a male partner. This song uses the term man-child to describe someone who is emotionally stunted and unwilling to take responsibility for their actions, all while trying to project a sense of masculinity. It's a song about recognizing the patterns and playfully calling them out, not just in the ex-boyfriend, but in other men as well. So let's go ahead and watch a bit of this video. So here we have Manchild by Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh boy. You said your phone was broken, just forgot to charge it. Whole outfit you're wearing, God, I hope it's ironic. Did you just say you're finished? Didn't know we started. It's all just so familiar, baby. What do you call it? Stupid, or is it slow? Maybe it's useless, but there's a cuter word for it. I know. Man-child, why you always come running on me? Fuck my life. Won't you let an innocent woman be? Never heard of self-care. Half your brain just ain't there. Man-child, why you always come running, taking all my loving from me? Why so sexy, you're so dumb, and I'll survive the earth so long. If I'm not there, it won't get done. I choose to blame your mom. Man-child, why you always come running on me? Fuck my life. Won't you let an innocent woman be? Never heard of self-care. Half your brain just ain't there. Man-child.
Huh, it's an interesting video. It says it's about being in relationship with men who are emotionally immature. But when I look at the video and the lyrics, it seems to be more about whether she's exploiting her own sexuality for profit. As far as the music, it's pretty simple pop with a little hint of country in it. This is the first time hearing it. The hooks seem decent. One thing I noticed is that she does have a few different voices she sings in. I haven't heard enough to analyze, but it sounded like she had 3 different techniques she sang in the different parts. Let's watch a little more of the video.
Always come running, taking all my loving from me. My boys playing hard to get, and I like my men all incompetent, and I swear they choose me. I'm not choosing them. Amen. Amen. Oh, I like my boys playing hard to get, and I like my men all incompetent, and I swear they choose
Well, the second half seemed to focus a little bit more on her relationships with immature men. We'll look deeper at the lyrics in a few minutes. I'm not sure what I feel about the video yet. There is irony in it, and there's some fairly funny images. I like the one where she's in the car and like the middle-aged man is doing some kind of country music dance in the parking lot behind her. I'm not exactly sure what all of this, how it all fits together. Near the end there was a lot of gunplay, and I think I saw some things exploding. It started off with a turtle walking on the ground. In the final shot you see what looks to be like an eagle carrying the turtle. I don't know what that means. If anybody knows, please comment below and enlighten me. Now, there has been some controversy about this album. I think it's mainly based around his sexuality. The album cover seems to suggest oral sex or maybe sadomasochism.
Sabrina Carpenter's new song just dropped, and she's already getting dragged online for allegedly using an ableist slur. We've got to get into this, you guys, because it's not just generating ire from 1, 2, or even 3 people. It's hundreds sounding off on TikTok, on Twitter. So without further ado, let's dive in. One of the major controversies was the Man's Best Friend album cover. Yeah, this is it. It shows her on all fours, dog style, with what appears to be a man standing over her, yanking her hair. One tweet that's racked up nearly 50,000 likes read, "Women face horrific domestic abuse and degradation at the hands of men every single day worldwide. But she wants to profit off of imagery of herself being degraded, comparing herself to a dog. Pandering to men will never be feminist. I don't care if the lyrics say men." Makes me feel ill knowing her fans will spin this to make it feminist. We're so unbelievably cooked if you think that this is okay. Women are degraded and treated less than human every single day, and she is profiting off of it and glamorizing it.
I guess she had some controversy with an earlier video that she made in a church, and it was quite a sexual video, and I believe whoever the church leader was that allowed her to do that got fired. That's kind of right out of the Madonna playbook. And, you know, it's, the people in the media are now so smart, and corporations are always trying to make themselves look like they're part of the subculture, they're part of the outsider, they're part of the underground. And so it makes me wonder if this controversy is real. Controversy is a part of music marketing, going back to Alice Cooper in the 1970s. But it is a very sexual video, even though by questioning the irony in the lyrics, it's almost could be seen as an excuse for it, especially in context of her other videos, in the context of her the album cover, other promotional materials. The question of sex in pop music, sex being used to sell pop music, is quite interesting to me. And people ask me about that. Not much, but some of my music deals with seduction and sex. I remember I was interviewed by a Christian preacher for some newspaper or magazine, and he asked about this, and I talked about the context and who the music's meant for. Now with Sabrina Carpenter, who is her audience? To me it seems like a teenage or even a tween audience that this is meant for. I could be wrong. Please let me know what you think. So in that case, why so much sexuality? And the context is also, is the overall song shallow? Is it hedonistic? Or is there a bigger message in there? You know, when I was being interviewed by this Christian journalist, I made the argument that in our case, a lot of times when we deal with sexual issues, it has to do with a larger idea, often having to do with spirituality and the way that our sexuality and sexual identity plays into our personal spiritual life. But then sometimes it's just fun. Now, I personally am not against sexual imagery being used in music. I love Prince. He has a concert with the dancer Cat that is amazing. But it's possible for there to be too much of a good thing. And it also can start to look cheap if it's not done in a somewhat classy way. Joni Mitchell talked about this. She said every pop star is a burlesque show. And if you think about it, it seems true, like all the R&B singers, their videos, their style of dress. It looks like burlesque. It looks like strippers. So to me personally, as a man, I am turned off by it. I'm numb to it. There's just, you see so much of it that it's not sexy anymore. Now the French historian Michael Foucault, if I pronounced that wrong, yes, I'm an idiot. His argument is that sex must be hidden and it must be oppressed because capitalism depends on titillation. We all know the old adage, sex sells. But if sex was open and not oppressed, you would not have the power of the titillation that it has. And sex is really in everything, in music, in commercials, in movies, in television. But it's an interesting dynamic, the idea that it must be withheld so that it can be used as a marketing tool. And a lot of these female artists are definitely using their sexuality as a marketing tool. I mean, expressing your sexuality can be liberating. I've noticed with these Disney girls, you know, they start out innocent, young, and then they seem to reach an age where they become very sexual, like overly sexual. You know, the girl, I can't think of her name now, swinging naked on the wrecking ball, Miley Cyrus. But, you know, and then after a couple years, they seem to get over that and become a little bit more modest. But it does seem ironic to me that Disney is the corporation behind all this super sexual material, and especially, you know, when they come out young, they're they're marketed for this very young audience, and then a couple years later they're getting super sexual. I'm not sure what lesson that gives to the young listeners. But let's look at the lyrics. Oh boy, you said your phone was broken, just forgot to charge it. The whole outfit you're wearing, God, I hope it's ironic. Now at this point, she's wearing these short shorts that, show half of her ass. It's very revealing. But what is the answer there? Does she mean it as ironic? That's why I think the context is the key to answering that. Is she sexual all the time in other videos, in her album covers, promotional material? Or was it just this song because she wanted to make a point about that? It continues, did you just say you're finished? Didn't know we started. It's all just so familiar. Baby, what do you call it? Stupid? Or is it slow? Useless? Or maybe it's useless? But there's a cuter word for it. I know. Manchild, why do you always come running to me? Fuck my life. Won't you let an innocent woman be? Never heard of self-care? Half your brain just ain't there. Manchild, why you always come running, taking all my love from me? Now I'm having a little bit of trouble telling whether these lyrics are pointed at the man-child or whether they're a reference to what people say about her. The second verse is, why so sexy if so dumb? And how survive the earth so long? If I'm not there, it won't get done. I choose to blame your mom. Again, I can't tell whether this is aimed at the man-child or a reference to herself. Man-child, why you always come a-running to me? Fuck my life. Won't you let an innocent woman be? Never heard of self-care? Half your brain just ain't there. Man-child, why you always come a-running, taking all my loving from me? Now the chorus does sound like it's aimed at the man-child. Oh, I like my boys playing hard to get, and I like my men all incompetent, and I swear they choose me, I'm not choosing them. Amen. Now, I think this bridge hints at something a little deeper, because, if you look at psychology, there is a thing where people have a certain type, and it might be a type that isn't healthy for them, that they keep getting attracted to and getting relationships again and again. And it might seem like these people are choosing me, yet you really have to take the blame for it. And then it repeats the chorus, why you come running to me, always come a-running to me, fuck my life. Won't you let an innocent woman be? Oh, I like my boys playing hard to get. I like my men all incompetent. And I swear they choose me. I'm not choosing them. Amen. Amen. If you have any thoughts or insights, please post them in the comments below. Or if you have any other songs you would like me to check out, post them below as well. And again, please like and subscribe if you can. Thanks for visiting my channel.